Hollywood lied to you. Absolute freedom, chests overflowing with gold doubloons, and endless sun-soaked days drinking rum in the 18th century Caribbean? That's a romantic fantasy. The cold, brutal reality? 90% of the men who sailed under the black flag died of dysentery, choked on toxic smoke in a rotting ship's hold, or swung from a tarred rope courtesy of the Royal Navy. But if you're ruthless enough, smart enough, and born with a heart made of cold iron, you can rise from a filthy slave to the undisputed sovereign of the seas. To get there, you must survive 10 bloody layers of maritime hell. The distance between a forgotten corpse in the hold and a pirate king is just one bullet away. It's 1,715. You're 14 years old, a kidnapped orphan from the docks of London or a deserting merchant sailor. In the pirate hierarchy, you are a powder monkey, the lowest form of life on the ship. Your job is simple and terrifying. Sprint back and forth between the dark, cramped powder hold beneath the waterline and the suffocating gun decks. You carry flannel bags packed with volatile black powder. One stray spark from a cannon, one flying splinter slicing into your pouch, and you, along with the entire lower deck, atomize into a cloud of red mist before your brain can process the pain. Down here, you don't even have a name. You eat maggot-infested hardtack, sleep on damp, lice-ridden planks, and smell of sulfur and sweat. But if you survive 3 sea battles without losing a limb, the veterans start taking notice. You get hauled out of the bilge and sent above deck. You're now a rigging seaman. Your new workplace sits 90 feet above the crashing ocean, balancing on ropes swinging violently with every surge. When a Caribbean hurricane strikes in the dead of night, while everyone else huddles below, you're forced to climb to the top of the mainmast to haul in heavy, ice-soaked canvas sails. The wind howls at 60 miles an hour, and the wooden spars are slick as ice. Slip once, and you smash onto the oak deck below, shattering every bone in your body. Fall the other way, and you vanish into the black abyss of the sea. A pirate ship in a gale never turns back for a fallen man. But up here, your eyes adapt. You learn to read the horizon, spot treacherous coral reefs, and become the first voice to scream through the storm. Sail HO when a Spanish treasure galleon breaks through the fog. Now you step onto the mid-deck as a gunner, operating a 2-ton bronze beast. This isn't just brute force, it's lethal ballistics. In the middle of a naval battle, your 4-man crew must swab the barrel, pack black powder, roll the heavy carriage into position, and fire, all in under 90 seconds. You calculate the ship's roll, the swells, and the exact timing to snap enemy masts with chainshot or shred their hull with solid iron balls. The biggest threat isn't enemy fire, but your own gun. Forget to douse the barrel with a wet swab before loading the next charge, and the powder detonates instantly, obliterating your entire crew. Deafening blasts bleed your eardrums permanently, while black powder burns into your skin like a permanent tattoo. You are no longer just a sailor. You are a master of destruction. The hulls crash together with a violent shudder. Grappling hooks fly across the gap. It's time to throw out ballistics and dive into raw butcher's work. You join the boarding strikers. You grip a curved cutlass between your teeth and hold a loaded flintlock pistol in each hand. Swinging across the chasm between the two ships, you land on a blood-slick enemy deck. There are no refined fencing rules here. You elbow a sailor in the face, drive a dagger through a guard's throat, and discharge your flintlock point-blank into an officer's chest. Boarding shock troops face a 50% mortality rate in every assault. But if you are the last man standing when the enemy flag is ripped down, you claim double the loot and first pick of the dead men's weapons and fine-tailored clothes. Your ferocity in battle earns you the trust of the crew, and they vote you quartermaster, the true keeper of power on the ship. Hollywood thinks pirate captains hold absolute authority. Wrong. The captain only commands during battle. In daily life, you run the ship. You enforce the pirate code that every man signed in blood. You personally weigh every gold doubloon, every bolt of silk, and every barrel of rum after a raid. You dole out 39 lashes to thieves who steal from their mates, and maroon traders on desolate sandbars with nothing but a single canteen of water and a pistol containing 1 bullet. If the captain grows tyrannical, cowardly, or incompetent, you lead the vote to depose him and cast him adrift. Now your power comes not from a bloody blade, but from sheer intellect. You become the sailing master. Without you, this warship is nothing more than a floating wooden coffin. You master skills that 99% of pirates are completely illiterate in: reading charts, using a quadrant to measure the stars, and decoding weather patterns. You know the shallow waters of the Caribbean like the back of your hand, steering your light vessel over hidden sandbars to trap heavy Royal Navy warships pursuing you. Most importantly, you possess stolen intelligence maps taken from captured Spanish packet ships. You know the exact departure schedules of the silver fleets leaving Havana. You aren't just navigating a ship, you are guiding a pack of wolves directly to multi-million-dollar prey. The crew has spoken. You step up to the helm as pirate captain, commanding a 40-gun frigate. A single wave of your hand dictates life or death for hundreds of men. At this level, psychological warfare is deadlier than cannonballs. You design your own terrifying Jolly Roger flag. When that black banner rises above the mainmast, merchant captains surrender instantly out of sheer terror, saving you time and gunpowder. You are a living legend. But the captain's chair is the hottest seat in the ocean. You must constantly deliver gold to feed a crew of ravenous killers. Go 2 months without a profitable raid, and the very men who cheered your name will whisper mutiny in the shadows, waiting for the right moment to put a knife in your back. You expand your reach beyond a single ship to become a commodore, commanding a full pirate armada. Like Blackbeard or Bartholomew Roberts, you command multiple warships and hundreds of battle-hardened gunners. You no longer hunt small merchant sloops. You attack fortified port towns, blockade major trade routes, and hold entire island colonies hostage for massive ransoms. You become a geopolitical nightmare, forcing the British Empire and the Spanish Crown to deploy full naval fleets specifically to hunt you down. You take over New Providence and transform the port of Nassau into the Pirate Republic, an outlaw paradise in the heart of the Bahamas. You step up as a crime lord, controlling the black market supply chains of the entire Caribbean. Corrupt governors take your bribes to turn a blind eye while you launder millions in stolen gold, smuggled rum, and weapons. You rule over a lawless empire where no man kneels to a European king. You are no longer just an outlaw. You are the sovereign ruler of a rogue state. You've reached the absolute pinnacle of the dark world. Your wealth is astronomical, and your name strikes terror into the hearts of monarchs across the globe. But every golden age crumbles. The Royal Navy launches a total purge, offering royal pardons to any pirate who betrays their brothers. Your inner circle fractures. Your fleet is hunted down. What final fate awaits you at the end of the line? A gloriously violent death on your own deck, shredded by grapeshot in one last defiance? A sudden hurricane dragging your flagship and all your plunder to the bottom of the sea? Or the cold, humiliating reality, captured, dragged back to Port Royal in chains, and hanged by a tarred rope? Your corpse will be locked in an iron cage and left dangling at the harbor entrance for decades as a grim warning to anyone who dares dream of freedom. The Caribbean gave you absolute power and legendary status, but it always collects its debt in blood. Tell me, was it really worth it?